Oh
Oh my goodness, here we are.
It's that time of day again. Episode
Plum Chutney.
12.
11.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Someone just present Plum Chutney.
Perfect.
Who have recently been voted number one.
Oh my
The
god.
number one podcast by the podcast governing association body.
That's them. You voted. It was only
We listened.
It was only a matter of time.
Number one.
Mate,
And now we're here.
We're
Look at
here.
us.
let's
So,
go.
how have you been, Jims?
Yes, I have been. I made a fascinating adult purchase today.
I'm very
bought-
excited for this.
I bought a Hoover. And
shit.
honestly,
Wait, I just walked straight past it downstairs
I
and
mean,
did not say.
you didn't
Oh,
compliment
wow.
me on my brand new Hoover.
Honestly, that's such a good Hoover. Is that the ball? The Dyson ball?
It's the ball. Yeah.
I thought you must have borrowed it from
No,
someone. That's like
that's my
top
that's
Hoover.
my shit. Although I guess kind of I'm technically borrowing it because we don't have any money at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
But there was a fascinating pay 6 months later.
Oh,
button.
yeah.
So I was like, well,
I love
that
it.
sounds like a great.
Of all
answer
the
to my-
things that I want to get and
Yeah.
pay for 6 months later, it's a Hoover.
Well, it's one of those things where you kind of need it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially with us.
Do you
we've
not
got
feel like
cat
you're
hair and
betraying
dog
like
hair.
Henry a little bit, or was he
Oh,
just
well,
not cutting it at the?
See,
Oh no! Don't.
I
already feel
I
sad.
loved Henry. He was one of my best mates. We got him when we moved in. When I first moved out, I bought a Henry. Took some pictures. Oh, Henry, it was a right laugh. But Danny
See,
Rushton,
I can't enjoy this story because I know it's got a sad ending.
she's just
like
not
Game
a
of
fan.
Thrones.
Not a fan of Henry. And so when my brother moved
James,
out,
why
I
are
said,
you- why-
I
why-
said, please, my brother,
Why?
Henry needs a home. Will you take him in? And my brother said, yes.
And in return, did he give you the full mannequin Clint?
No, that's a different brother,
really?
Brent.
Oh,
We'll
Brent,
have
that's
to
his
get
name.
Brent in on an episode. He's a right lad.
He's a pretty
right
cool
lad.
guy.
How about you? What have you been up to?
Oh, just some shenanigans, you know.
Shenanigans.
I've had to go to a place called Wilmslow every
Yes,
day
we-
this week
We've
because
heard of it on previous episode when we were
Wilmslow.
shocked to find out that there were no takeaway opportunities there. Now,
Stop that.
how did you get along in your quest for some decent scrounge?
Well, let me just start by setting the scene.
I left my vape off screen. Sorry.
Oh my god.
I'm back.
That was emotional. Okay, so I'm just going to lay the scene. So when I first went to Wilmslow, I went with just a really positive
Picturing the
attitude.
scene,
A
yeah.
really positive attitude. Just
You've got your briefcase
just
in
was
hand.
really excited to go and learn how to do my job. Really
Yeah.
just thrilled. So I got there and nobody told me that it's literally the poshest place in the world. And when I say the poshest, I mean
The poshest.
literally everybody who lives there is a quadruple millionaire. It's actually apparently known as the place where all the rich and the famous live.
Yeah,
Apparently, I Googled it.
Is it the 1%?
It's the second most sought after postcode in the UK.
Oh shit! What postcode is it? Is it just some really good letters? It's like A1.
It's like something 69.
That'd be good. 420 69.
BJ 69.
Oh yeah,
that'd be really good.
That is a good postcode. To be fair,
That's
No,
a
I like
postcode,
that,
so
yeah.
I want that. But yeah, so I get there and my quest for a takeaway. The first time I got there, I was just looking for a car park, somewhere to put my car. Famously, what car
That's
parks
where,
are there
like, when
for?
you've got a car, you got to put it in a car park. You park your car.
Yeah.
Hi to Gangster Boy 2345. Nice one.
What a cool guy.
What a guy.
And I got there, and the only supermarket. Oh my god!
sorry.
The only supermarket is a Waitrose. I'm gonna say that again.
Waitrose.
Oh, Waitrose.
No.
So
Hold on. No.
it's a no from me.
No.
So I circle not Waitrose. I circle Wilmslow a little bit, and the only takeaway I can see is a place called That Pizza Place, which is clearly their.
I know it well.
So it's clearly their token fast food place for if anyone's feeling like a commoner one day,
Right,
and they're
yeah,
just
yeah, yeah.
you know what I want?
know-
I want to eat like the other half eat.
I wonder how the poor eat. I bet even then you'll go in and it'll be 20 quid a pizza
Yeah.
or something like.
So
It's just a knockoff Domino's or something rather than an actual scatty scran.
So after circling around Wilmslow a bit, I drive past, and these are all genuine places in Wilmslow. I drive past the Aston Martin showroom.
Nice.
I
yeah,
drive
yeah.
past.
Frequent there.
I drive past a watch shop where the cheapest watch in the window is 35k.
Ah, nice.
I drive past houses up for market that I looked and are 3 million cost houses, and So I can't find anything. So my first lunchtime.
Sounds like the place for me.
So my first lunchtime, I go into Waitrose and I'm like, it's okay, I'll get a meal deal.
Now, how much is a meal deal in Waitrose?
Well, first of all, they don't have meal deals in Waitrose.
They don't have meal deals in Waitrose.
But you know what? I wasn't that bad because Asda don't do meal deals either. Do you know what I mean? I'm used to this, so I thought I'll just buy all the components from meal deal.
This
I
has happened before.
bought chicken salad sandwich. You know,
Nice,
pretty
nice,
standard. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Bottle of Coke.
Yep.
And a
Classic.
Whisper.
Oh, nice.
Ask me how much
A
that came to.
I'm gonna guess because it's Waitrose. I'm gonna go with £5.
North.
No. Oh my god.
You know,
£5.60.
South. It was 5.49.
5.49.
That
is a ludicrous price.
Outrage. I'm okay with that because
I am not okay with that.
because no. I'm not. I'm disgusted.
right,
I'm disgusted,
yeah.
but it's okay because this is training. I keep the receipt and my company give me the money back at the end of the. Well, I mean it's fair, but I'm $5.49 out now. Do you know what I mean? I have to get lunch every day. The other day, even worse. I can't. I'm just so stressed. I'm
so sorry. It's a safe place, and
I drove like a few minutes out. Do you know what I mean? I was like, it's okay. I'll just go find me some fast food because I can't live or learn in a place that doesn't have a thingy. And I found a Subway.
Oh,
Woo!
incredible!
And
I love Subway.
And it was me too. And it was all going so well. I got there, and it's on my lunch break. So it took me it was 20 minutes in because I had to get to my car, drive the car, get to Subway. Do you know what I mean?
Get out the car.
And I was like, oh yes, I'm second in the queue. And this woman who was in she must have worked in the NHS or dentist or something. So she's a knobhead.
Saving lives or teeth. You bitch.
And she orders 9 salads. Nine salads and 3 subs.
Oh my god.
This takes a further 15 to 20 minutes to make. So I just have to get my sub angrily. Do you know what I mean?
It's like when you go to the supermarket and there's someone with 2 trolleys ahead of you, and you're buying a bottle of Pepsi or vodka or something. But then most of the times those people go, do you want to go in front of me? But none of that here.
This woman was clear. I'm just going to go out on a whim and say everybody in Wilmslow is entitled and smells of privilege and smoked salmon. Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean.
Yeah,
that's very descriptive.
And she didn't even look at me and say sorry, it's taken a little bit or anything. Do you know what I mean? And I think
holding her head high.
Yeah, she just seemed like a bit of a Grinch. Clearly, saving lives or teeth had done her in that day. Do you know what I mean?
I do know.
So Wilmslow gets a thumbs down from me. Sorry.
Bad job there, Wilmslow.
No, I mean.
Maybe they'll improve next time you visit.
Maybe.
No, you've been in this week of training.
Yes.
Is there anything you've learned from this week of training? Because I would think that you've come out with just endless life experiences. Can you tell me a bit about that?
Yes. Well, my job entails I'm in sales, so I have to pick up the phone and cold call. That's still a thing. It's the 21st century, and cold call companies who we know don't want anything from us, and be like, hello, this is Sam calling. Would you like any IT solutions?
No thanks, Sam. Why don't you fuck off?
And that is the response every single time.
No, I mean, I get a lot of calls like that. We were wondering if we could speak to whoever manages your printing supplies. And then I'm like, that's me. Or whatever.
See,
would you like some printing supplies?
I get told off when I call up and just say, I'm so sorry.
Honestly, it's not okay. This is a professional podcast.
It is,
and how dare you cough on it?
Yeah, I get told off when I just ask for the IT manager. I had to do the thing that I swore never to do in my life. Right, I had to sign up to LinkedIn.
Oh no!
Literally, and
so then you research the company on LinkedIn, see who it is, and go, "Can I speak to Jeff, please?"
Yeah, literally, that's exactly it, and it's just terrible. And you have to sound like you're like he's your mate. Do you know what I mean? Can I speak to you can't say, can I speak to Jeff Stelling? You have to be like, hey, can I speak to Jeff in IT? You know what I mean?
Classic Jeff in IT.
Like you're calling. Do you know? And if they say is he expecting your call? I'm supposed to say, I'd hope so. Do you know what I mean?
He should be. We fucking want to hear from you with these IT solutions I have here.
Yeah, and then they say can I ask what the call's regarding? And you go, with the greatest of respect, it's between me and Jeff.
We don't want you in on this, Susan.
You know what I mean?
That sounds incredible.
And so this training this week has been to get me better at doing that.
Well, you sound
incredible.
at
Right,
full.
do I need it?
I mean,
And
no.
tomorrow is the last day of it, and I've got to I have to go back to Whelmsley tomorrow, for fuck's sake. And it's the final test call where I'll call up the man, and he'll pretend to be on the phone. He'll be like, I have to give him a name. I'm going to call him Dave. And I have to...
No, you should call him something stupid.
Like,
hello, is Jesus there?
You can make up. He was like, I can be whoever you want. If you want to call Ned Stark, you can call Ned Stark. And I was like,
I can be whoever you want me to be.
I can be whoever you like.
Whatever gets you the sale.
So I'm just going to call and be like, yes. And
Yes.
we've been told some good lines to say, like, we're supposed to ask, like, so what company are you getting your IT shit from now? And they'll say this, and then you're supposed to probe and be like, why are they letting you down? And then the magic question is, and I'm not making this up, the magic question is, how does that make you feel? And then they go...
I can imagine them bursting out to tears. I don't know, honestly, I trusted this IT company. I really thought they'd do me good, but it's not working out, lad.
And then I go, it's okay. I have the IT solution for you. You don't have to...
Thank God for you, Sam. You came into our lives and you rescued...
Then the Soviet national anthem plays, and I've just stood there like...
IT solutions. Incredible.
Yes. So and that's the story of my week in
That's the
Wilmslow.
story of your week in Wilmslow. Wow, it sounds incredible, and I can't wait for the last day update next week on another exciting episode of Plum Chutney.
Well, Jim, is it time for?
do you know-
Is it time for Plum News?
I think it is.
Here's one for you.
Plum Chutney. This is a
Nice
remix.
remix. Very
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
Very good. You can be a DJ.
The time is 7:12.
James, tell me what's been happening.
Oh, headlines tonight. Do you remember from last week we had that
How could I forget?
that pregnant mum who got shot and she got arrested because she caused the fight?
Yeah.
Well,
of course.
Women's activists kicked up a fuss, as they often do.
They do that.
And now the charges have been dropped. She's been free to go. So
Oh.
I just thought that was a bit of cheering
I was going to
news.
say that's not the normal headline we have on here.
It's
Normally,
not.
it's funny and or provokes a nasty emotional response
it's
from
usually
me.
funny or like terrible in every way, shape, or form.
But you
There's
know
no-
what? This is very wholesome, and I must give these women activists a round of applause. Very
Good job,
welcome.
women.
You got a thumbs up from
And a-
Plum Chutney.
give yourself
which
a
is
pat on the back.
You know what? If you want to come on the show,
Yeah.
we would love to have you.
We'd
We'd love to take on a cause with you. Do you know what I mean? Like, we'd love to take on Alabama with you. They seem to be in Plum Chutney a
Fucking
lot
Alabama.
for being
Fuck
fucking
you,
stupid.
Alabama.
No,
Yes,
that's
so-
good.
So that's about it from that headline. It's just a bit of an
that's,
update.
in-
I didn't want you to live in this world when you were just worrying about this because I know it's keeping
Honestly,
you up at night. You were
I
like,
do,
what's
yeah.
she gonna do? Do you know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
she's already lost a baby. Now she's in jail. Awful.
She's not in jail now.
But she's not in jail now.
Oh, thank
so
goodness.
we can all sleep easy.
Oh, what a great time to be alive.
next
Some
headline.
Good news.
Here's one for you.
Yes.
Woman arrested and charged with controlling behaviour for telling bodybuilder husband to tidy the house.
Was this in America? Was this in Alabama?
This was in America. I don't think it was in Alabama, but basically, you know, she said.
I love that so much.
I've got a quote from her. It's been thrown out now, but apparently it was like a 14-month-long ordeal, and she was in like jail for quite a bit of time, and it went to court.
Just for
and shit,
telling her husband to
tidy the house.
I love that.
So here's a quote from her, and it's outrageous it ever got to court. I'd leave a note asking him to vacuum parts of the house and clean the patio doors, but he would spend 4 hours cleaning his car, so of course I complained.
I love that. I love the fact that they also included the fact that it's a bodybuilder husband,
yeah.
just to amplify the fact that this woman is inferior to her man, who is a big,
gives you a little
strong,
bit more
big,
context.
strong man.
And here's the quote from the guy.
I'm so excited.
Which is just incredible. And he goes, I'm not sure if she should have gone to court. I don't know why it's Yorkshire.
Honestly, it's
I'm not sure why if it should have gone to court or not. That was not my decision. But she was controlling.
Oh my
she
God.
was constantly at me.
That is just
I just love that your wife's been like, oh, can you do the dishes? And you're like, do you know, I've had a fucking enough of this shit. And just call the police. And apparently they just sent like 4 SWAT teams.
And can I just say that I love the way we've laid out this Plum News, and that the first headline was such a beautiful moment for women's rights and for women activists. And now, fuck that. No.
Shouldn't have complained. How controlling. To be fair,
imagine asking a man to tidy the house. So hold on, what was the sequence of events that led her to? So here at this point in the timeline is her asking her husband to tidy the house because he hasn't been doing a good job.
Yeah.
And here is her spending 14 months in jail.
I think it was 14 months, but it was 14 months before it got thrown out of court. I think she was in jail for like a week or 2 or something ridiculous.
Why?
Because literally she left some notes around the house and he called the police thinking she was being really controlling. Like, I'm being domestically abused.
I mean, apologies to him if he is actually being domestically abused. Obviously,
I don't think he was.
Obviously, we don't have all the facts, but if it is just a case of her leaving notes, and that is just the biggest case of the insecure, fragile male ego I have ever seen in my entire life.
The police said they only threw it out because they're divorced now, obviously, because I don't think
because he didn't tidy
up. But literally, the police were like, well, the key witness being the husband, he wasn't willing to go to trial. Otherwise, we would have taken it further.
I love that. I hope there was like a divide on the male and female police force, and the female were just like, this is ridiculous, and the men were just like, well, I mean, he didn't want to tidy up his shit, you know what I mean?
I'm with this guy. I fucking hate tidying up.
You know what this reminds me? I have to do the naval thing right now.
Oh, yeah.
So last week on the podcast, as a joke, as a funny joke, I was like, Amy Sands never irons my shirts for me. And fucking every day since then, Amy Sands has been like, oh, well, I don't iron your fucking shirts for you, so...
Let me stop you right there. That sounds like some controlling behaviour.
Honestly, you know what?
Have I got a number for you?
You know what? I was about to say, Amy Sands, I'm sorry. Of course, you don't have to iron my shirt. But no.
Stop controlling me, woman.
I think this is cause for concern.
I think it is too.
And the fact that she is not ironing my shirts is...
emotional abuse.
Well, I didn't say it in so many words, but
that's what you were trying to say.
Absolutely.
You're too emotionally abused to get that out, but I'm here for you. and I will speak the truth.
She bought me an iron. She bought me an iron for my birthday, and she just won't use it. I'm sorry, that was genuinely meant to be an apology.
I ruined terms. Okay, so the next one.
Here's one for you.
Lil Nas X came out
as
gay. Hey, good job. And the funny thing I liked about it is he was like that he'd been like littering clues everywhere. And then he just had to come out and say
what were his littering clues?
He was saying like all over his album there was like things about him like literally basically being gay, like, having boyfriends and shit like that.
Was there like a line that was like, I love sucking dick, and everyone was just like, what does this mean?
Well, that's what people are saying about the Old Town Road, because there's a lyric in it that goes, I'm gonna ride till I can't no more, and everyone's like, it just changes the meaning entirely.
God, I understand it now.
But obviously he's got a lot of hate and
how does I don't know why, and this is probably doing him a great injustice, but Billy Ray Cyrus just strikes me as a homophobe. I don't know why.
Well, he's a country artist.
Yeah, that's what I mean. He's an older country artist who are famously set in their ways a bit.
Yeah, and but I don't think he is. He's probably not. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, his daughter is very outspoken in favor of everything. So So I imagine he is not a homophobe.
He probably is a bit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
more than
he probably keeps his views
but
to
that's
himself.
Probably for the older generation. Do you know what I mean?
He's probably like that level of like, I tolerate them, but they're going to hell.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Well, we don't know, but probably something like that.
But very good for Lil Nas X.
I just thought that was good for him.
Breaking down stigmas in hip hop
Yes, which is a massive stigma in hip hop because you still have lots of very homophobic lines coming out of rappers.
I feel like hip hop is still very much about want to fuck bitches and here's all my money. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think in new age hip hop it's a bit like
look at all these drugs I'm doing.
Yeah, it definitely branches out a little bit from that, but you still have like I'd say like the
obviously
OG rap and like the rap that lots of people will only listen to is still a lot of that. Like I'm sure if you go listen to Eminem's new shit, I'm sure he's like, even though he's like fuck Trump, I'm sure he's like still calling everyone.
There's a lot of even if they're not even if they're not, what's the word, overtly homophobic, they'll mention like, hey, I'm not gonna suck a dick or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like I'm okay with like guys being gay, but
my best friend is gay.
Stay away from me, like shit like that. Yeah.
Speaking of Lil Nas and Billy Ray Cyrus, did you see their Glastonbury performance?
No, I did not.
Oh my god! Well, Miley Cyrus was performing, and she brought out Billy Ray Cyrus, and it was hilarious because he
did he go? Don't break my heart.
He started singing like 2 seconds before he got to his microphone, and you could hear it clear as day. And sad. So he was very clearly lip syncing, and I was like,
but then again,
no, that's not what Lil Nas X died for.
It's not what Lil Nas X died for. He's probably like 70, to be fair. Like, how old is he? He must be.
I don't know. He was in Hannah Montana not long ago, and he was of a good age. How good was Hannah Montana, by the way?
Do you know what? Never watched it.
Really? Hannah Montana was always that show that you're googling his age now. Hannah Montana was always that show that was on Disney Channel, and I had like a little sister.
57, so that's not too bad, to be fair.
Yeah, he looks good for 57.
He does look good. Look at him there in his hat.
Do you know what the more baffling thing is that Jason Earls, who played Hannah Montana's brother, who's supposed to be the same age as Miley Cyrus, is 42. 42 now. 42. But what was I going to say? Yeah, I had a little sister who watched Hannah Montana, so I was of that age where I could just be like, oh, Hannah Montana, that's for girls, but I secretly loved it when they put it on. I was like, Hannah Montana's great. Do you know what I mean?
liked iCarly, that was my jam.
iCarly is, I feel like iCarly is like Hannah Montana for cool kids. Do you know what I mean? If you're a cool kid.
I was a pretty cool kid.
I don't mean to blow
To be fair, we watched an episode of Fairly Odd Parents the other day, and I was just like, it holds up like fantastically. Like Timmy's voice is a bit more grating than I remember as an adult, but like the side gags and stuff was
phenomenal.
I mean, I was pretty baked, but I was loving it. There was no Jordan Von Strangle.
I said Jürgen.
There was some Crimson Chin action in it, which I always love, and there was Chip Skylark, which is great.
Teeth then.
Yeah, it was that episode, and they had it's like Chip Skylark lost his beautiful teeth. It's okay, we'll get Jeff Sparky Pants.
Do you remember that episode where do you remember the episode where they all became superheroes?
Yes.
That was a good episode. And do you remember the I can't remember him. Was the kid like Indian or something? Was there like an Indian kid? Or...
I think there was a kid of some vague ethnic.
Anyway, there was one of the superheroes called himself, I am Sonic Youth, and I thought that was really funny.
That is funny, yeah.
I get it.
Because the band Sonic Youth.
Do you know what I never saw as well?
What?
Sorry, we're tangenting.
No, it's okay. We tangent here a lot.
Yeah, it's true.
It's our favourite.
Was the Fairly Odd Parents movie with Drake and Josh in it?
I never watched it. It is gold. It's just because it's so like. It's so stupid.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
One of those that I want to have like a few beverages too.
Yeah, no, we should just.
Funny.
We'll put it on sometime when we're hanging. It is. If you've not seen the Fairly Odd Parents movie with Drake Bell, where Drake Bell is an adult but playing Timmy Turner, because Timmy Turner's like just not grown up, so he's like sitting in his class and there's loads of kids.
That's so funny.
And
does he still have his odd parents? Because they grow out of their odd parents.
Yeah, he still has his odd parents, and he's got like the stupid pink hat and I'm pretty sure the shirt's like up to here on him. It's just. Very good. Should we move on to our final headline?
Here's one for you.
Oh my god.
Nintendo president confirms company will release uncensored hentai games, unlike Sony, Steam, and Microsoft.
Wait, sorry. So, what is that? Carry on. Sorry, I don't know.
No, that's it. That was it. Nintendo. So if you want your uncensored hentai, get a Switch.
Games.
Yeah.
So you can play hentai games.
Have you never seen a hentai game?
No. What?
No.
Tell me more about this.
I've seen some fucking funny. No, I can't get it. Well, I've seen some pretty funny ones. One I saw was a fighting game, and then basically you beat like a girl. You're like a girl. You fight a girl, and then like you hit her, and then like as you hit her, she loses clothes, and then like your special move and your like the fatality is just her being naked at the end of it.
Can I play these now, like on consoles or like anything? Or
yeah, I think most of them are banned from Steam, but you know it depends where you go about for them.
That reminds me of that new episode of you don't watch Black Mirror, do you?
No, I have not.
There's a new episode out at the moment called Striking Vipers where the game is like so real that it's like virtual reality to the next level where you put things on your head and you're like the person in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
it's like what Elon Musk thinks we're living in now.
Yeah, and Falcon's in it. Anthony Mackie. Yeah. And they're fighting, and these two bros. They're like nearly 40, two big black bros. You know, really manly.
Right, yeah.
And they're in a game. One of them's a boy, one of them's a girl. They're fighting, and then they realise they can have sex in the game.
Wow,
And they
incredible.
just start kissing and having sex, and then it's
That
like,
sounds great.
and then one of the guys is like, I guess we're gay now.
No,
And
not
it's really
if you
funny.
say no homo. That is
That's
the rule.
But
yeah,
hentai games, that's incredible.
Yeah,
like,
well,
that's
there's
an
a big
untapped market
audience for
like,
that in Japan, obviously. So I guess they're just giving the people what they want,
is
and
there
what they want is huge fucking anime titties. What I love about when
That's what
there's
we
a
all want, isn't
Japanese
it?
game,
Like,
like a
let's be real.
JRPG or something, and you see like this girl with these knockers,
Yeah.
and you know that there's a whole engine based around her tits swinging in the wind, and then every time she
Just
gets
gives
like
me
injured
faith,
in
yeah.
battle or something, and she's just got like this
That
little
is-
very thin band. Or my favorite trope in anime is when like from the start of an anime, you'll have like a main character as a female, and she'll be like, you know, not flat chested, she's got breasts, but
Yeah.
they're nothing to write home
Oh,
about,
of
you know,
course,
nothing
yeah.
to tell your
Nothing
mama about.
for an anime, do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. And slowly throughout like the seasons, it's just like you can do a comparison from episode 1 to like 600, and it's like,
They're just
like, that
giving
much
the people what
difference.
they want, do you know what I mean? A lot of people who watch anime.
What's
love
your
big
favorite
boobies.
pair of anime titties?
I just love that, as you say, it's somebody's job to just make and keep this engine running that
Yeah.
keeps the boobies swinging. Do
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean?
It's
I love
incredible.
that so much. And there's definitely, I feel like there's a market for actual doing a sex game. Like,
Yeah.
that's like,
Well, there's a
I'm
few
going to bring it
VR.
back to Pornhub because we
Yeah.
mention Pornhub all the time on
I
here.
love Pornhub.
When are you going to sponsor us,
I
Pornhub?
actually saw one of Pornhub's latest inventions, and it's a wank bracelet.
Wow,
So
tell me more.
So you put this bracelet on your hand,
Yes.
as you do with many
Wow,
a
that's a
bracelet,
good place for a bracelet.
and then
I
you
must say.
plug it into your phone, and then as you wank, the kinetic energy is built into
Shut the fuck up.
charges your phone.
That's incredible. Wait, so does it have a cable? Yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's just your phone's attached here. That wouldn't work.
That's genius.
It's
I mean,
genius. That, and there was a headline going,
Would
like,
it- I
Pornhub
mean-
saving the world. I'm not sure how efficient it is. Do
I
you
was
know what I
gonna
mean?
say maybe this says more about me, but
Mm.
would it charge it very much?
I
If you know what I'm trying to say.
I got a good 3 minutes of charge
Yeah.
time in there. 30 seconds was my earlier time.
Very much so. That'll be
Uh-huh.
it'll be like I feel for like I don't know
Oh, yeah.
how to say this. Like it would be a good way to like increase your stamina,
Most
like
stamina.
by practicing if you need to get your phone up more. Do you know what I
Mm.
mean? I feel that's like that could help like people's girlfriends. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Who need more?
You could put it on something else. So I think just like you need
Absolutely.
your phone charging, you're like miming it.
Just like
Someone sees you
doing
in
it. I'm on it.
I'm doing it. Don't worry, I got this.
You could put it on just like your girlfriend's wrist or something and just be like, I need to charge my phone. Come on, do you know what I
Please,
mean?
come on. You know, I need this. I
But-
need this.
Well, that's a genius invention.
Yeah.
And Pornhub, you have my approval. Is that like real or is that a concept?
I'm pretty sure that's real. I mean, it's hard to tell, but I mean, I'm pretty sure these products they're selling are real. And the technology's all there for that, so I don't know why they'd
Yeah.
say they've done
I
it.
was going to say, if
And,
we
like,
can send
journalists
people
have
to the
said
moon, we
they've
could
done
do
it.
this.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure this is the whole reason we sent people to the moon just to do this.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
this was the dream back then. They were
The
like,
reason we sent people to the moon
Mm.
was so that we could use the phrase, we've sent people to the moon. We can do this. Do you know
Yeah,
what I
no,
mean?
it's true. It's true.
Well,
Just
those
wait
were
till we
some-
sent people to Mars. That's saying it's out the fucking window.
It's
No
true.
one's
We've
ours
got a
anymore.
whole new standard of fucking
People would be like,
doing
we
shit
send them
like,
to the moon, and people are like,
honey, please.
That
you know
was
what I mean?
60,
Good effort.
80,
I have a history degree,
70.
so
69. What was it?
I don't fucking know. That's not. But those are some good headlines.
And, well, there's some articles as well.
Oh my god!
I've got
I
a
feel like
couple
we haven't had a
videos.
good article in a while, and I'm very.
You
Should have put moon landing year.
Well, I thought if I put the moon landing in, it would go. Oh my god,
Sorry.
Simplest.
Sorry.
That was aggressive.
Moon land
1959.
That's why I said that.
I
That
said
was ages
I
ago.
said sick. That was so long
That
ago.
was before I was born.
That was
That was before my mum was born.
before my dad was born.
Okay, we get it.
Oh my
We get it. You've got a dad.
Don't need to bring it up. I'm so sorry, Sam. I always forget. Do you know what I mean? Okay, well, the first one's a video,
Oh, I'm very, very.
and what a
excited.
video it is.
And what a video it is. Full screen. Sucks. No, I don't
You
even
don't
want to
even
see
want
the headline.
no context,
Just-
zero
Is
context.
it full screen? Yeah.
It's full screen. And I just and it's
excited.
That was,
Like
yeah,
it.
that was
I just think of a different time.
I love it. They're all at a concert. Oh, it's so beautiful. My heart is
cow
so
search.
incredible.
incredible. Isn't this great?
Oh, they're just getting beautiful music, a luscious melody before they all get slaughtered for meat.
Yeah, that'd be funny if he's just leading them right to the slaughterhouse.
Here's the
Actually, it's
pipeline.
my first audition for a live audience. We'll see how it goes.
I think this is just like the first
It's
video. I think this is the first. And this is the
They're coming to you.
something about cows.
There's a lot about cows.
I think this is a long time. You know how people used to do this stupid experiment
Yeah, I work on that
where
work.
they said if you
They're
play
coming to you.
classical music, they'll go like quicker. If you play cows, smooth, George Michael, or funky Stevie
They
Wonder.
taste great.
I was gonna say they'll grow big and strong. Wow, that was just sensei. I loved every single second of that. Thank you for sharing that
No
with me.
worries. Then we've got another one.
Here's one for you.
Oh my. Oh, I love it.
Oh.
I love it.
So-
Some
so-
penguins are gay. Get
yeah.
over it.
London Zoo is celebrating Pride Month and none of its gay penguins.
This
and
reminds
some
me
penguins
exactly-
are gay. Get over it.
This is exactly that episode of Parks and Rec. You know the
It
one I'm
is,
talking
yeah,
about
yeah,
where
yeah,
Leslie.
She
Where Leslie
accidentally
marries
marries them.
penguins and then accidentally finds out that they're gay
Yeah.
and then becomes a gay icon.
Yeah.
Is this-
That's a classic
But
one.
have they done this on purpose?
No, well, I think I remember reading about the gay penguins a while ago. I think they just have two penguins who are like really like
But
inseparable
there's
to
three
each
there.
other.
Is this like
There
a
are
three
three
thing?
there. Maybe the other one, just wanted in on the parade. You know what I mean? Wanted some attention.
Who's just
Maybe-
hopping on the glory?
Maybe he's a gay penguin too.
Yeah.
You
Or
know,
she.
or she.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Is that gay?
Sorry.
Some
Activists,
penguins are gay. I
calm
love
down,
that
it's okay.
so much. The thing I love more about it is that this will have just brought angry crowds of fragile men and women who are just like
Got those-
stop forcing your agenda on young zoogoers.
somebody please think of the children?
Literally, and the penguins are just
I
there,
like the
having,
commission
having
for.
gay penguin sex.
I want to know who got commissioned to make a small penguin gay
Yeah.
pride banner.
It's very good. I like the fact, you may not have noticed this, but they've used 3 different colours. So it stands out. It says some
Yes.
penguins are gay, get
Get
over
over
it, in
it.
capital letters.
And they've used black
Get
and white
over it.
font similar to
The penguin, because penguins are black and white and
Ah.
red all over, famously, like a penguin
a
with a
sunburnt
rash.
penguin. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
or a penguin with a rash.
A classic, a classic.
What else was in the article?
Literally, I just wanted it for this picture. It's basically just saying,
Oh,
you
it's
know.
glorious. I feel like I want that to be my cover photo on Facebook. You know, I
They've
don't
said
have a
they're
cover
doing a
photo right now.
Oh, that's so sad. This
Because,
should be your cover photo.
Because
Oh, I remember why.
I'm not going to say it because
say it.
the
Can't say it.
person
It was a forbidden image.
Yeah, basically, it was an image of a thing that I couldn't.
Somebody explaining incredibly.
Yeah, somebody that I am friends with couldn't know that I did a thing, so I couldn't.
Wow, masterful.
So I uploaded it and then I quickly deleted it. Like,
They call you a wordsmith for a
Yes,
reason. So
absolutely.
okay, and this last one is quite funny.
I'm very. Oh, is
So
that
this
Ivanka?
is you might have heard of this, yeah. So
I
Ivanka
have
Trump,
heard of Ivanka Trump.
and she I don't
What
know
has
if you
she done?
saw this video. So she got sent to the
Yeah, UN, EU, not EU, fucking whatever.
the one in Japan about
Is this the one
the
where?
environment one.
Is this the one where May and Macron and stuff are talking like, and
Yeah,
this and
yeah,
this,
yeah.
and Ivanka's just like,
Yeah,
oh
what-
yeah, and then
yeah,
it's like, oh,
yeah. So
I love her so much.
we'll watch it. She's been criticised and mocked.
I'm so
Yeah,
excited.
she like goes up to all the world leaders and just starts.
Look at Donald just like, oh, you can do it, sweetie.
Social justice and
It's all, yeah.
as soon as you start talking about the economic aspect of it, though,
Yeah.
a lot of people start listening who wouldn't
Start
otherwise
listening.
listen.
And the same with the fun side,
Yeah.
in terms of the whole sort of this has been very male dominated
did you send her? She has no idea what she's talking about. But
I love it. I
but-
love that. Like,
the internet has come prepared
I love it. I love that
with
she's,
memes.
Oh, fantastic.
So
She's just
here-
that little girl, do you know what I mean? Who like
here she
it's
is.
at her birthday party, and you know, like she wants to join in the adult conversation. And she's having
So
a
here
good
she is
time.
at Yalta. You know,
Oh,
making an
fantastic.
impression there. A classic. There she is on D-Day, just hanging in
Oh, I
there.
love it. Very good.
There she is on the moon. Landing on the moon.
Brilliant.
Why do you think we sent Ivanka Trump to the moon? Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
There's a few here. Abbey Road, Friends.
I'm glad that you know that that's Friends.
Thank you.
Very good. I don't
is
know
that-
those other
that
two. I feel very
American
I feel,
drama
I feel
one.
a very lack of culture right now for not knowing those bottom two. Wow.
Don't know what this one is.
No, nor I.
And that's about it.
Oh, that's
so that
just
marks
fantastic. I love
the
it. Have you
end
seen
of
that?
Plum Chutney news.
Have you seen that video of
Yeah, what video?
the
Sorry.
video of I don't know how to pronounce it properly. Is it Trudeau? You know,
Trudeau.
the Canadian
Oh,
guy,
yeah.
Justin Trudeau.
Oh, with the plastic.
I don't know.
No.
that's-
Oh.
Oh my God!
Oh
show
my
me this
God.
one. No, but I was going to say there's a video very similar of he's kind of sat like, you know, when you go to like a new thing where there's no people you know,
Right, yeah,
and you're
yeah.
kind of sat in between some people and you're like twiddling your thumbs like, and then you
Right,
look
right.
at someone and you're like, hello, and then and basically what happens was he was just there at the UN or something, and then he turned this way to try and make a friend.
Right.
He went, hey, nice to meet, and then he just turned away the guy. Oh, it's so sad.
Oh,
I felt so bad for him
no.
because he's such a sweetheart and he just wants to do the best, and like he doesn't really have a job because it's just Canada. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
how much everyone's so nice in Canada. What do you have to do? Oh, I'm so
this
excited
one,
to watch
one.
this.
Sorry. Oh. This was quite funny. I enjoyed this. This
This has 46 down votes. I'm very excited for some controversy.
It's quite controversial. I
An
like the
embarrassing
start of it. Yeah. We don't need.
Oh, I'm
This is
very
what his
excited.
family's doing to help the environment.
Specifically,
Thank you. We don't need that. I like the B-roll though. oh, thanks for a gift meme. Thank you. Very good.
We have recently switched to drinking water bottles out of when we have water bottles out of plastic. Away from plastic
Nice.
towards paper, like drink box water bottles sort of things.
Nice.
no!
Drink box water bottle sort of things. I
feel
like they must have been like, sorry, what? like
feel so-
what did you just say? Like I have no
I
idea.
feel so bad for him because he's such a sweetheart. Do you know what I mean? He's one of those. He's exactly what I imagine a prime minister of Canada to be like. In the kind of like,
sorry.
like sorry. And I just want to go give him a big
No,
hug.
that's like,
and like I've seen some.
It's like the Canadians from South Park, you know. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, buddy, why are you making fun of my voice?
I've seen like when he first came to power, he was the only like leader in recorded history anywhere to fill his cabinet with people like equally proportioned like of races and genders and stuff like that.
Do you know-
And I just saw all the Republicans and stuff laying into him about stuff like fucking let me have my guns and stuff because they have good gun control
Let
in
me have my
Canada
guns,
and
yeah.
stuff like why would you fill your office with women and black people when it might not be the best person for the job? Do you know what I
They
mean?
don't- Yeah, well, presumably it's not just like I'd like to imagine he's just going into a room and going, "Do you know what? White men have caused too much problems. All you qualified white people, get out of here.
Get out of it.
You're black. Have you ever studied politics in any way? No.
He also-
but you are black. Get over here.
He reminds me of like the Prime Minister off Love Actually, you know, Hugh Grant,
yeah,
because
yeah.
he's so
Bumbling.
he's quite he's a young man and he's quite like for a Prime Minister he's an attractive guy. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? For a politician,
I heard he opened a new pipeline of oil, and everyone's a bit mad about that.
Oh, really?
Whilst talking about how he's like going to save the environment, and then
Uh,
like behind him there's like a new oil like
It's
line.
just- there's so
opening
much
up.
like saving the environment just for the so you can say I'm saving the environment. Like Mackey's is a prime culprit of that. Like how they've gotten rid of the plastic straws and they've gotten rid of the plastic lid for the McFlurries, but the
And
spoon for the McFlurry is still made
plastic.
of plastic.
Do you know,
So really-
I was listening to Dr. Drew's podcast the other day.
Dr. Dre's podcast.
Dr. Drew, not Dr. Dre. I would like
gonna
to.
say.
I don't know if Dr. Dre does have a podcast. He should.
Dr. Dre, if you're watching,
I bet you've got some hot takes.
That's that.
But anyway, and it was basically talking about estrogen in plastics. and
I've heard of estrogen.
I've heard of estrogen. Well, basically, if
Women like estrogen.
yeah, but also you can get estrogen from just random shit in your everyday life. So, like, one of the things you said was smoking marijuana. The smoke of that gives you more estrogen, and what more estrogen in you does is it makes you fatter, sicker, and just but generally worse health. And the thing is, it's everywhere and it's passed on from generation to generation. So one of the things that's the worst for it is when you heat up something in a plastic container that has like 20% more estrogen than it should do.
Oh, really?
So like shit, like apparently it's really bad. And the thing is, because it's being passed on to generation to generation to generation, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse.
This is some really good knowledge that you're imparting on me
Well,
right now. I was going to say, I have a story similar that is, somebody told me this about 5 years ago, and I don't know if, one, I'm telling it the way this person told me, or two, if it has any basis in fact.
That's a good start to science. Go on.
And that's how all the greatest stories start. That's how history is written.
I'm pretty sure this is how Einstein worked his thing out.
And I heard that like chicken has like I don't know if it's estrogen or like another similar hormone like pumped into it loads. And one guy just ate. Like a man just ate nothing but chicken for every meal all the time, and
sounds very boring.
Yeah, and but it was chicken that was like bred with extra of this hormone estrogen, and he started growing breasts because of it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's really bad, and then it throws the testosterone level off, and it can give you breast cancer if you're a girl. Soy's really bad for it. Soy contains loads of it, but then loads of people say no, soy helps breast cancer, and loads of people say no, it causes it. So there's a big hoo-ha over soy apparently. No one's quite sure. But yeah, no, I just thought that was so now because I'll get like a plastic tub out of the freezer with like a bolognese that my mom made for me or something, and I'll put it in the microwave and eat it, but not anymore.
My mom hasn't made me a bolognese in ages. Mom!
Nikki,
hey,
what you doing?
That's my
what you doing,
That's
Nikki?
my mum's name.
I now have some sister on Facebook as well.
You've literally got my entire family. I love it. Since like I have spent my entire life and my entire friendship with you, getting you and my mum not to add each other on Facebook, and then as soon as you went to her wedding, you did that, and then the floodgates open.
To be fair, I didn't actually add her on Facebook, but I said to her, I would love to add you. But Son won't let me. So then she took the first move. And she added me.
Oh my god. Anyway, I've got a story I want to tell.
Oh my god, Will.
So is that okay? Is this the story time of the podcast? Do you know what I mean? Dun, dun. I just thought it wasn't really a natural progression, but I just thought I'd tell it.
No, sounds like a good time for a story.
So
are you sitting comfortably?
So
well, let us begin.
So this weekend just passed. We went on we climbed a mountain.
I didn't climb a mountain.
Jims did not climb. Jims was not present because Jims was at a gig. Do you know what I mean? Yep. Imagine going to a gig when you could climb a mountain.
I know.
How was that gig, Jims? Was it worth not climbing the mountain?
It was too warm for a gig.
Warm for a gig.
It was about like 21, and that was outside, so inside, and then everyone had dreads.
Yeah. And who is it? Nako Bear.
Nako Bear, yes, he was very like.
So for people who don't know Nako
Bear, hippie message. He was very like.
Explain his music for people who have never heard of Nako Bear.
It's all like it's like got a nice guitar. He's got a nice voice. He's a Hawaiian native. He's quite dreamy. He's got like quite an edgy backstory, but it's quite haunting at the same time. Where he's got very serious. I was expecting a funny like. No, his mother got raped, and that's how he exists. But then he has like a really wholesome, nice song about forgiving the guy who does it because he's so like hippie and like lovely, and the vibe was lovely. To be fair,
I was gonna say like it's the music that white people with dreadlocks listen to.
It is.
But I loved your explanation a lot more, and it makes me want to go listen to it.
It's very happy and like you can't really like
even
it's not really my kind of music, but I can't sit there and all
the
faith going shit because it's too positive. Its message
is too like good willing.
Yeah,
it's
too wholesome.
The intentions are too pure.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. But anyway,
sorry.
I was not there. No. I was not soaking up these good vibes. I was climbing a mountain with some other of our amigos.
Amigas.
And amigas.
Amigas.
Yes.
They were present.
Yes.
Nice. Thank you.
You're welcome. And so we were climbing this mountain. I won't bore you with the details of it. Do you know what I mean? But
That's fair.
first of all, this is not related to the story at all. But I realized I was in much better shape than I realized because I don't do any exercise. I don't go to the gym. I don't do any of this. And we were climbing, and it was humid as fuck. Like everybody was dying, and I couldn't even sweat. It was terrible. Amy Sands was having a go. I'm probably doing myself more of a justice than I deserve right now. And if any of the guys are watching, they'll be like, "Sam, shut the fuck up. I hate you."
In my head, it's like you're like pulling the sleigh with everyone else. You're just like not even asked about it.
That is exactly how it went. Yes,
I know.
Amy Sands was furious with me in particular because Amy Sands goes to the gym, and we were getting to the top, and she was just like, "How the fuck are you fine right now? You don't do any exercise," and do you know what I mean? And it was just funny.
It's just that core strength. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So we were getting up, and we got to we had like a little break for lunch on the mountain where there was a little lake.
Ooh, I love a lake.
Cheeky lake. Went for a little paddle. Had me some of my lunch that I had previously bought at Morrison's. Morrison's is excellent for lunch, by the way.
Deal at Morrison's?
Yeah, Morrison's has. We've discussed this on the podcast, Jim.
Oh yes, sorry. I'm so sorry. I remember it well now.
Morrison's has the best meal deal. You can get salads. You can get sushi as the side. Yeah. You can get But I loaded up on croissants and pork pies and, picnic food, the likes of. And this place was fine then. There was an empty sign that didn't say anything on it. So we carried on our merry way. We got to the top of the mountain.
Wow, okay.
Well, when I say the top, we didn't actually scramble to the very top because we were conscious of time because Ren, whose birthday it was, had to get back to go to meet people in Spoons. What a knobhead. Ren's a knobhead. Pass it on. And so then we came back down. Okay, right, and there were sheep all over this mountain. Yeah, we were. Like,
sorry. I'm just saying. I love how you mentioned Ren when there's other people just gagging for mention.
Yeah, on the podcast.
But continue.
Honestly, there was nobody
else present,
especially nobody with coloured hair, brightly coloured hair.
That's good.
Nobody.
That would be awkward if they were there.
Wait, let me.
No such.
No.
Didn't think so. Okay,
so we come back down the mountain, and we get back to this lake where we were.
Yeah.
And there is, on top of that sign that I mentioned, the blank sign, there's a full-on sheep skeleton.
Fuck.
Like, I've got a picture of it here. I'm not sure if the camera will pick this up, but I'm going to try it anyway.
Oh my God.
Because this is, like, harrowing.
You should have sent this to me beforehand. I could pull it up.
Literally, I should have done that. Why didn't I do that?
Fucking idiot.
I am a fool. Wait, I'm sorry to keep everybody waiting while we just wait for this.
Should I zoom in on it edgely?
Here it is. I'll show you that first.
Oh my.
Right, is that in the thing?
Yeah, you can't really see it.
It's kind of there.
We'll put it on our Instagram.
Yeah. There's a sheep skeleton, which, and there's also a wall leading up to where we were sat and stuff.
Right.
So I first thought it was just like a fox got it or something.
Yeah.
And then somebody just put it up on the sign. Yeah. But then we looked at the sign and somebody had carved into the sign, "Keep out." Like, I shit you not. Somebody had carved into the sign, "Keep out." And then I thought, like, even if it was just a joker who would put the sheep skeleton on the sign, somebody has picked this sheep skeleton up with their hands and put it on this sign.
Did you scurry down the mountain after that?
I was terrified. And not only it couldn't have been a sheep because I don't know how good a picture you got of that, but the flesh, the muscle was stripped clean,
completely.
Clean.
Well, that to me looks like if.
What's your explanation of
the only thing that could strip it clean, because I don't think a person could have stripped it clean.
I agree.
So it must have been maybe about for a while, and some the scavenger birds got to it or something, and then someone moved it there. But it's still.
I didn't think of scavenger. Jim's very well done.
Thank you. I watched a lot of David Attenborough, who's famously a scavenger bird himself.
So I was terrified. We walked up this little hill, and everybody was just like we walked in like a circle, like back facing, like everybody look around. You know what I mean?
Let's split up and look for clues.
It was like when we were walking up, we'd heard like a pack of like dogs go, like loads. It was absolutely.
Sounds great.
And that's my story about the.
Incredible. I'm jealous that I didn't go. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I actually went to Colombia. And we went up a mountain.
Wait, the country.
Yes.
And you stayed in a hotel, of course.
No. Again, I trekked up a mountain, And up this
Wow.
mountain, I didn't see anything like that. at all.
Really? But how did you enjoy trekking up the mountain and stuff? Did you find
It's good.
at the top of the, like, obviously this was nothing compared to your track, but it's very nice and peaceful at the top of the mountain,
Yeah.
is it not?
Well,
Do you
at
know
the
what I
top of the mountain in this case, it wasn't. We kind of went over a couple
Yeah.
mountains,
You were with a big
and
group
then
of
we
people
went
as
to
well.
the lost city of
Yeah.
wherever, and that was pretty
Atlantis.
cool.
Yeah.
No, not like that was the underwater one, but then they were set. But so that was pretty cool because we got there and it was just like an abandoned civilization, which is like the oldest relic of human life,
Wow, that
like
is
human
pretty cool.
engineering.
You know
ever,
what?
Which is
That
pretty
is,
mad.
that is not a bad thing to have seen.
Yeah, yeah.
know
it's,
what?
It's up there.
Sometimes, like the things I want to see in my life, like there's only one blockbuster left in the
Yeah.
US. I really want to go to that.
No,
I really want
wanna
to go and see that.
That's definitely going to stay around for a while.
I think that's going to be visited as just like a gag now as well. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
Like not a
definitely.
gag,
No
like
one's
a-
going to go, hello, can I borrow a DVD?
Well, I am when we go. Do you know what I mean? What are you talking
What,
about?
are you going to
like-
fucking come back and return it?
Yeah, I am. I'm going to stay. You can rent it for like 2 days, can't you?
That's
Do you know
true,
what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like I'll take like one of
If
those.
we're doing a road trip, we'll circle back round just to
Yeah.
return
I'll
your
take like a
DVD.
portable DVD player, you know, like you
Nice,
used to have in the
nice, yeah,
cars.
yeah.
But
I know
I'm
them
sorry, I just compared your first instance of human civilization to the last blockbuster in the US. I'm very sorry about
I
that.
completely agree. That's a very similar relic.
Yeah,
do you know
do you
what
know
I mean?
what I mean?
Like, I
Absolutely.
completely got the connection, the correlation.
Yeah.
Yes.
I really want to. I told you about. I was going to say the other day. It was about 3 years ago. I mentioned
The
this,
other day.
I mentioned this to
The
you
other
now.
day is very vague. You know what I mean?
Do you remember about 3 years ago when I mentioned to you? It feels like the other day. James, we've been friends for so long.
At least 2 minutes.
Yeah. I miss the days of renting games because like I find so much now that I will be so into a game for like a week, or 2 weeks, but
Yeah.
like after that my interest just
I think
drops
you
off.
still
do you know
can
what I mean?
rent games. Like
No, you can, and I looked it up on the internet, but it's kind of like Netflix in the sense that you have to pay like 40 quid a month. It depends if you want like old games,
yeah.
which I wouldn't because I want to play the newest ones that come out and then just throw them up because like especially new game like this was
Old games are kind of cheaper as well. To be fair,
yeah,
for the
so
most part.
you can pay like 10 to 20 quid a month if you want to like just get like the old ones that come out, but it's like 40 if you want the brand new ones. And this
Classic.
was at a time I remember this was when Resident Evil came out, you know, the
Classic.
the VR one or
Yeah,
something,
yeah,
yeah. And I was like, that looks really good and really want to
Spoopy
play
one.
it, but you're only going to get like 8 hours out of it. Do you know what I mean? Like, and then
Yeah.
so I don't want to spend like.
Yeah.
But who knows?
No, I
That's
get
it.
you.
And I think that is. If another
That's a lot of money.
blockbuster popped up now just for games, would that?
But then I always
kind
of think that, you know, you're playing in a game for like 8 hours, and yes, it's like 60 quid. But if you think about the hours of entertainment, 8 hours is a solid amount of entertainment. Do you know what I mean? If you go
Yeah,
see a
yeah, yeah.
movie that's 2.5 hours long, or like 2 hours long, for like, you know, like 7 quid or something.
It's a five.
I
We're
don't
at the
f-
View down in Birkenhead.
I think it's £5.50
No,
actually.
it's £5. It's £5.
But online it's £5.50.
It's
so
£5.
Fuck off.
Wait, it's £5. There's a big
Okay,
sign
so-
outside the cinema that says
£5.
all films are £5 asterisk.
When you book online, it's £5.50.
Well, don't book online. Oh my god.
Don't fucking tell me what to do.
I am so sorry.
You should know better by now.
I'm
You
so
should know
sorry.
better. You should know better.
I would never.
I don't think we have.
Oh my.
That'll
But
work.
what were you just angry about?
Oh
yeah.
no, I was just
An
saying.
hour-
I feel
2
like
hours of film is like £7.
Yeah. So then, if you're playing a game for like 8 hours, maybe 10, because I always do the extra shit as well.
Yeah, no,
usually.
so do no.
Um,
I always
find
want to
it
do the extra
justified.
stuff, and like I
But
want.
I get that
but,
not
like-
having very much money in this economy.
Yeah. Like even my favorite games, has my phone been in the shop the whole time?
It's okay.
Even the games that I'm loving the most, like the RPGs, like The Witcher and Red Dead and Skyrim.
Hmm.
I am an exception here, obviously, but I very rarely finish because no matter how much I love them, like one day I just won't play them, and then I won't play them for another day and another day and another day, and I'll be like, that's it, I can't play
And
them
then
now.
you got to go back into it, and you don't know anything
Yeah.
you're doing. And also, you always stop playing an RPG at a boring part. You never go,
Yeah.
oh, I'm having so much fun.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
literally, You're never about to like fight fucking Alduin on
Yeah,
Skyrim to see
yeah.
the main background on Skyrim.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
And then like Red Dead, I
don't
have
think I
done that.
finished
I
that,
have
to be
done
fair.
Red Dead such an injustice.
Mhm.
I did like 3 missions. I need to get back up. That's my next game that I'm going to hammer. But I don't have the time.
Just ain't got the time. That's
Literally.
very sad. Do you know what I was thinking the other day?
I'm
Have you
excited.
ever played Minecraft?
No.
Ever? You've never played
No,
Minecraft?
never.
Because Minecraft is such a cultural phenomenon.
I
It's such
know.
an
I feel
integral
so
part.
uncultured.
We'll have to do a stream where you play some Minecraft.
I always feel
because
like there used to be a time in school, like you were part of this, but then you left school,
I
where
tried
like
to
there was a
pass it
group
on.
of people, and like at a certain time they'd all be playing like the same game. They'd all come in being like, "Oh, that was dead good what we did on Minecraft last night. Oh, that was dead good what we did on
Minecraft.
League. Oh, that was dead good what we
That was
did on."
dead good when
well,
you killed him on League, man.
No, and what was that game where the shooty people, but it was dead bright and colourful, and Overwatch.
Overwatch
And
is good too, yeah,
everybody plays that, and I wanted so hard to be part of like
yeah. That clique.
that, not that clique, but like to be into a game that much that you get so much use out of it with all the friends and stuff. But I've just always been that person that is into like stupid one-player kiddie games like Ratchet and Clank and fucking
Well,
Jack and Daxter. And
then
I just
you'll
love those
You'll
games.
love Minecraft. No, we'll do a stream and you'll play Minecraft because I've decided.
But what's the aim of it? What do you do on it?
Well, you
I
can
don't get it.
You can finish it.
Finish it, Minecraft.
Yeah,
There's
you
a story mode.
There's like as you play, you can do like a story. Like if you defeat like the end boss, some credits.
There's a
play.
boss.
There's a boss. There's a couple bosses.
You fight on
And
Minecraft.
it's come along so far. Yeah, you do that.
So briefly,
Honestly, the less you know, the better.
okay.
We're gonna do a stream.
Call me
You're
Tame
gonna-
Impala. I don't like
Do you know,
Tame
as I
Impala.
said that, I went, no, I don't either. My brother,
Yeah.
who has
More like lame Impala. Ah!
my brother has pretty impeccable music taste.
Just for anybody who doesn't know, by the way, me and Jims pride ourselves on our flawless music taste.
Flawless.
As we often say, this is the correct opinion sphere.
yeah, get
Do you know
out
what
of
I
here.
mean? And
You're wrong.
Tame Impala, just to me, sorry for interrupting you.
No,
We're
go
going to
on.
circle back to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Tame Impala to me are just, you know, every now and again, there's one band from like a slightly different genre that leaks into the mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
Like folk, you've got Mumford and Sons.
Yeah,
a bit jazzy, you've got Amy Winehouse.
And
then
it's
a
always
bit-
it's always the worst of that genre.
Yeah,
but then
that's exactly
people are
it.
just like,
Yes.
oh my god, they changed music forever. Like
Yeah,
how could oh my god,
literally.
I just
like
I
and
can't
they've
believe-
just and most of their sound is just, I don't want to say pop, but with a psyche twist. There is so many better psych bands right now. I can think of Pond, I can think of Orb, I can think of the Good Mornings or Good Morning, King Gizzard.
Mornings.
Anybody who doesn't know King Gizzard, fucking King Gizzard, my mans. Do you know what I mean?
my man.
But Tame Impala to me are just, I never use the word boring in music because like, I hate it when people say it because like boring isn't a thing. But I think Tame Impala, for a band who have been hailed by most people as like the saviors, bringing psych to the mainstream. Oh, we get it.
Yeah.
They're just a bit uninspired for me.
No,
a
I
bit
completely agree. But my
uninspired.
brother, who I think has a pretty good music taste,
Yeah.
he really likes Tame Impala, and he keeps going like, oh yeah, I didn't like them at first, but
Yeah.
eventually I got into them.
Also,
And I was like, I think that's just, you know, when pop grabs you, like occasionally I'm into some shit.
Yeah.
Like
oh,
I like
100%.
some shit.
I'm into a band. I put them on for you the other day. I'm into a band called Charlie Bliss right now, who are just this fucking synthy pop grunge. And
That's incredible.
and honestly, like I know that it's not great.
Yeah.
But like, I
it's
just like listening.
Well, yeah,
to
I
it,
think
yeah.
you know you can
And you with your fucking Old Town Road, fucking Old Town Road.
It's just a no. I'm into this new rapper, and
Yeah.
he's terrible to be fair, but it's less grimy and less. He doesn't mumble.
Yeah.
He speaks his words, and nowadays I'm just like, oh my god, a new popular rapper speaking. Which, to be fair, any kind of hip hop you enjoy, that's
Yeah.
fine. Do you know what I mean? Peace and love. But I personally, I don't love it when they're like, bitch, fucking Xanax, you mom.
100%.
I can't. I'm speaking too
Yeah.
clearly. You can hear me say words.
And the thing about it is that like when it comes to a rap like that, or like Tame Impala, is that I would enjoy them if they weren't being hailed as the greatest band that have ever lived and the first people to ever invent psychedelic music. Do you know what I mean? And I really don't think it helps the cause. Do
And
you
it's
know,
also like
um,
one of like, you know, we always say like you know, if you go into a vinyl
No,
shop
I
or
was
like go
just
to
about to
HMV
make
to
this
buy
point,
a vinyl,
yes.
it's like Nevermind by
AM by
Nirvana,
the Arctic Monkeys.
yes,
Abbey Road.
Adele, The one man.
Back to Black. Back in Black. Back to Black by
Back
Amy
in Black's
Winehouse.
the AC/DC
Yeah,
song.
there's the people who are actually into records and there's the people who just buy a record player to look edgy and interesting, and they get that album by Tame Impala with the waves on. Is
Yeah.
it Currents? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, I know the one.
Shout out to Ryan who owns that record.
That's on Ryan.
And
You
yeah.
shit muncher. To be fair, Ryan likes
Yeah.
drum and bass, so Ryan will go to a DJ concert and be like, "Listen to the music."
Yeah. But the thing about Ryan, I love Ryan because he doesn't say that like drum and bass is the greatest music in the entire world, and you know as like I'm all for people enjoying drum and bass, just not hailing its artistic.
Yeah,
genius,
no.
do you know what I mean?
To be fair, he's never put a drum and bass track on and been like,
Yeah.
"This is real music."
Yeah. No, to
He's
be
never
fair,
done that.
what I say with music is people just listen to what the fuck you want to listen
It's
to,
true.
but like look for it yourself a bit. Do you know what I mean? Don't just be fed it. Like by the mainstream people,
Yeah.
by the major labels. I sound so pretentious right now. I'm not
You do
arsed.
sound pretty
I am
pretentious.
not arsed.
Just
And like,
awesome saying is maybe expand yourself past
oh my
those
god.
top 10 Billboard charts. Do you know what I mean?
And
It's
do you
not-
know what the worst? Do you know the people that I hate?
what people do you
the
hate?
people
Hate's
who-
a strong word.
The people
Would
who
you throw them in front of a bus?
the people who were like, there's a person I'm thinking of. I'm not going to name him because
Okay.
I'm not a dickhead.
Okay.
Who were like, oh, there's no good music anymore. And then they'll be like, the only good song that's come out this year is a Muse song. Do you know what I mean? Who just like,
It's a good
"Oh,"
one, that one, yeah.
And
Yeah.
but basically, and that goes back to my previous point of when they say there's no good music anymore, it's because they can't be
haven't gone
bothered.
looking
They can't
for
be
it,
bothered
yeah,
looking
yeah.
for it, and they're
If
just
you-
like,
if
what
you-
they mean is there's no
yeah.
good mainstream music
Yeah.
anymore.
They listen to Radio 1 and they don't like it.
Yeah,
but they
honestly,
haven't like branched
music
out.
is-
And we live in such a time of so many
No,
artists
there's-
where it's hard to find
Yeah.
music because there's so much of it and it's so
there's
intimidating.
more music than ever, and music is better than ever
It
because
is.
if you go looking for the right bands in the genres you like,
It is.
there's the best music ever. But 99.99999% of that music is not in the mainstream,
Yeah.
and that's why people think there's no good bands anymore because
true.
nobody hears the good bands anymore.
They just
I heard in my training they put Radio 1 on, and
yeah.
there's a song out at the moment that keeps getting played, and I can't remember how it goes, but
This is dreadful.
no, it's
Should I
like
look?
a song and I'll record it. That's the lyric. The lyric goes
Right.
like, "I'll write you a song and record it" or something like
Right,
that.
yeah.
And it's just the most. It's just bad.
Yeah.
And I just. It's
So
just-
it's like
it's
they've
just-
turned on
it's
the
just-
mic and they've gone, "Oh yeah,
No.
we're making a song.
Yeah,
Gotta
literally.
press the record
And
button.
I've noticed-
Gotta get my microphone. It's in the room with me, and we're just making a pop music.
I've-
You walked up a mountain. How was that?
Really good.
Oh my gosh,
And then
it
there's
was
that-
really good.
And then there's like a. And then I've noticed
And then it kicks into the catchy chorus when it's like,
in the generic formula for a pop song right now, what
Yeah.
they'll do is the verse will be building up and they'll be like, "Ah, ah, ah, ah," and then just before the chorus, their voice will go really quiet and they'll go, "Ah, ah, ah, na, na, na."
and then drop the bass, yeah.
And that
Yeah.
is
or
that
maybe
is
like an edgy little bit of brass just beforehand
Yeah.
or something, yeah.
and that is the formula for every
The form-
fucking
that is-
top 40 song right now.
the
Every just a
formula.
The formula. DJ. Very good.
Don't have a DJ.
So that was a bit of a pretentious segment from us,
Well, that's
James.
okay.
But you know what?
If
We had
there's
to get it
one-
off our
if
chest.
there's
You
one
know what I
thing
mean?
you'll learn from us is that we're quite pretentious.
Yes.
And, it's
And we're not asked.
not asked. So
Who's your favourite band at the moment, Jim's, or favourite rapper, or favourite
my favourite rapper is always Open Mike Eagle.
Open Mike Eagle?
He
Is
just
very
brings
good.
it. There's something about the lyrics. They're very like you think about it. You listen to the record for the fourth time.
Yeah,
You go,
yeah.
I get it. It's
I
funny.
get it.
It's
I get it.
funny.
I get it.
It's funny, and there's just some like catchy, like he uses the term like word drunkenness occasionally, like
Yeah.
just some lyrics that I don't know, just really like. There's this one where he goes, we're used to the taste of a human in space, and I just love that.
He's dead good friends with Clipping as well, isn't he? And
yeah,
David
he's got
Diggs.
no.
I remember
Hannibal
when
Buress
when his new album came out, David was like, he put it on his Instagram and was like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, guys!" And I was like, oh,
and as
phenomenal.
for like bands and stuff. I've been listening to that Conan Moccasin album again. I really like him. That's like so fucking chill and beautiful. I really like that The Comet Is Coming one that you
that's
linked me.
gorgeous.
I love that Big Thief one, but I've been listening to loads of podcasts, so I've not been into too much music. But I'm really into my like jazzy like organs.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with a bit of...
I love the Yaz flute.
I heard that I heard Kamasi Washington brought it out Glastonbury.
Well, I was looking down
I'm sure
the list
that
of people at Glastonbury, and I was like, oh, Kamasi Washington, that's one.
Yeah,
that
he's one of them.
How
Did
about
we miss
you?
him live? Did we miss him? We might have missed him.
Oh yeah, probably. I don't know. I
that's
didn't
sad.
watch any of it, and I didn't plan to.
No. I mean, because we were going to go see him, weren't we?
Oh,
Tickets came out, and he's.
oh,
we
did
might
they? I have no memory of this at all.
We might have missed it. No, literally, me, you, and Ryan were like,
Should we
"Come
go
on,
see
Washington,
him?
yeah." But then we were like, the tickets were like 30 quid, and we were like, I don't have 30 quid.
He'll come back around.
He
He's
will.
always doing
Kamasi
something.
does, as Kamasi does.
He does. How about you? What's have you got like
Who am I listening to right now?
right now?
Honestly,
right now. Listen to
Who am I listening
listen
to
to
right
Plum
now?
Chutney.
I don't know who I could. I'll just get my phone's dead. Honestly,
well, it's okay.
because,
We'll find out.
I mean, probably my favorite band at all times is probably Hop Along. Do you know what I mean? Love me some Hop Along.
You met the.
Oh, it was beautiful. It was the best moment of my entire life. Hop Along, for anyone who doesn't know, they're like this kind of. They just got the singer Frances, the woman, has just the great. You couldn't vouch. The greatest voice.
It's a good voice.
Literally, it.
Beautiful.
She writes melodies.
It's like there's few voices that I can feel like it
Yeah.
forming a tear in my eye.
Yeah,
but
because she goes from like shrieking and like to like not screamo. That sounded like screamo. I just mean like reaching the very back of her throat with her singing.
Yeah.
To the highest to the. I can't explain it. It's just
beautiful.
it's just it goes everywhere. And she writes. It's an author. Well, it's called like a biographical way of melody writing, in the sense of that there's no like repeated melody. It just goes like wherever the fuck she wants it. Like if this
I was gonna say
if this
kind
was
of
the
goes
thing,
very
it fluctuates.
Yes, fluctuate. That was the word I was looking for.
And
It's like her voice flutters a lot and shit like that.
And we went to see them the other day. You weren't there again.
Didn't have any money again. I spent all my money on this fucking podcast studio.
And the support act was on, and me and Ryan, love you, Ryan, looked over.
I don't love you, Ryan.
Looked over to the corner and saw somebody film the support act, and we were like, "Is that Francis?" Yeah. And we were like, and we waited till the end of the song because we didn't want to seem like dickheads who were going to interrupt. Yeah. And we ran over, and we walked past her first because we weren't sure it was her, and we got a drink, to just be like casual,
cool guys,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we turned around and we were like, oh my god, are you Francis? And she was like saving her voice before the show, because if you've listened to it, you know it's like she loses her voice every time. It's mad. And she was just like, yes, that's me. And I do this thing where I just start talking. And I don't stop. And
we haven't noticed here on Plum Chutney.
I start talking and I don't actually say anything, and I just say the first things that come into my head. Yeah. And I started saying, "Oh my god," and I was that cliche fanboy who was just like, "I love you."
Yeah. What I mean? I do love that about a little gig that you can go say hello to them, like open mic Eagle every time. He's like, "Do you want to come say hello to me?" Do it, but I fucking book it because literally I've met one like celebrity, and I was like, "Hello, I really like you. You're really good." Like I just I don't think I've got the like. Couldn't do it.
The funniest bit about it all was I was just going, "You're the best voice I've ever heard in my entire life. I love you so much. Can I buy you a drink?" "Oh, I'm embarrassing myself. And then Amy Sands and the other two people we were with.
Nice. Ryan and someone else.
Amy Sands came over and they started introducing themselves. And Amy Sands just went up to her and was like, "Hi, I'm Amy. I'm that's boyfriend, that's girlfriend." And I was just like, "Thank you, Amy Son, thank you for that." Yeah, and then we met her at the end of the gig as well. We were at the merch table buying something, and then and she was just there. It was funny because
was she like, "Thanks, guys"? Was her voice like God?
No, it was literally she was. I don't know how she does it, but like it was just me and Ryan again, and I just went up to her and I was like, "That was the best thing that's ever happened to me in my entire life." And I was like, "Can I hug you? I'm going to hug you. I'm going to hug you. I'm going to hug you." And she was like, "Of course you can hug me. I'm a bit sweaty though." And I was like, "Oh, bless you."
Me too.
You know what I mean? Oh, it was magical.
Incredible.
And I'm sure you all loved hearing about that. Do you know what I mean?
Well, the the joy of that story was
What
incredible.
time are we on? You know
I
what?
think it's time to wrap up yet
I bet-
another
I bet you're all thrilled that was the last thing you heard.
delicious episode of Plum Chutney. Make
Did
sure
you enjoy that spoonful of plum chutney?
if you're watching it on YouTube, press the like button. If you're on Twitch, follow us. We're live every Thursday, 7 p.m. I hope you enjoyed. Any last words, Sam?
No.
Apart from stay. Oh wait.
No.
What?
Don't. Stay plummy.
Stay plummy.
Bye bye.